Hello guys, are you tired of your Dead by Daylight experience looking like this? Then I have an answer to your problem. So let's start with the optimization. The best part of optimizing Dead by Daylight right now is that it's easier than ever before, because after 6 years devs added graphical settings to Dead by Daylight the game itself, and you don't need to go to the ini file and change them there. So let's start. First of all, use ultra settings. If you're on a low NPC, try them, and if the game just lags, turn them to high or medium. Then auto adjust, put it on on. I suggest you to use only 1080 screen size, because for me, in my experience, 2K and 4K it's a lot of performance on my PC and just makes my PC go very hot, like 80 grades Celsius, so I don't recommend using higher than 1080. Use full screen mode because windowed mode works very strange and make the game stutter and your FPS go lower than it should. 16:9 aspect ratio if you don't have a wider monitor. VSync turn off, you won't need it. Use 90 FPS if you're playing on low end PC and 120 FPS if you have a better PC. This is why when you play with 60 FPS, the game is optimized poorly, so your FPS always drops below 60. It goes to 35, 40 FPS, and this makes the game stutter and creates like a vacuum effect where the killers can shot you from a long distance away. Mostly this problem appears with a high ping, but it can appear with a lower FPS than your teammates or even the killer has in the game. And there are two settings with FPS: 99% FPS and just FPS that you always see when you use the indicator. So 99 FPS usually tells you the lower FPS that you have constantly, so it always drops like a lot. And if you have 120 FPS, even lower FPS won't drop below 60. It will be even higher or almost in the 60 radius. So please use 120 FPS and use anti-aliasing TAA, because if you don't, your game will just be blurry and looking like shit. Now, how to make the game look a lot better and more comfortable for our eyes when it is itself. For this we will need GeForce Experience Overlay, which we can open with Alt-Z. Now go to Game Filters. We will need to add these three filters. Sharpness Plus. Every filter needs to be adjusted for your own monitor, because every monitor, every TV are different, with different matrices and different visual. So please adjust it for yourself or use my settings. But for me, these one are better. Just adjust them for yourself. Now, intensivity on Sharpness Plus. For me, it's better on 18%. Texture details. This is very cool thing, because it makes a blurry game look like it has textures. So textures details, for me it's better on 34%. Color. First two, we don't need them, just put them on 0%. Third one, we don't touch it, don't need it. We need to change only vibrance. This makes the color more beautiful and more pleasant for our eyes. Next, we will need brightness and contrast. First one, we will need exposure. This will make the background light look a lot brighter. Next one, we will need to change its shadows. If your game looks very bright, just make them lower a bit. For me it's -10%. Gamma, this is the most useful filter in here. It makes the game look a lot brighter and a lot more comfortable for us. So for me it's on 50%, and this is the best one I found. For you it might differ. For the next part of the optimization, we will need NVIDIA control panel. If you have an AMD video card, I'm sorry, but I don't know how to change it on AMD, but they should have these settings somewhere, so you can just keep looking. Now open NVIDIA control panel. Go to Manage 3D Settings, Program Settings, we will need to find Dead by Daylight. If you can't find it in this list, just press Add and browse and find your Dead by Daylight launch icon and then open. And in the settings, you will need to find a low latency mode. Put it on Ultra. This will reduce the input lag in the game to the minimum, so it will help you do the actions you need to do in the game smoother, faster, and almost simultaneously. You can't skip animations, but they will start a lot faster. So that's it, guys. If you found the video useful, please leave a like and leave a comment below telling about your new experience with these changes. Please, it will be very important to me to see how you liked them and did they help you even slightly. So thank you for watching, have a nice day and stay safe. Goodbye.